What if I told you that a tiny Roosevelt dime hiding in your pocket, coin jar, or old collection could be worth thousands of dollars? Most people spend these coins every day without realizing that some rare Roosevelt dimes have become valuable treasures sought after by collectors across America. In today's video, we're counting down the top 5 Roosevelt dimes that could be hiding in plain sight right now. From rare mint marks and unusual varieties to coins with surprising collector demand, these incredible dimes may be worth far more than their 10-cent face value. Make sure you watch until the end, because the number 4 coin on this list could completely change the way you look at your spare change forever. Let's begin the countdown and discover these hidden treasures. First coin, the 1995 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark, especially one showing an unusual dark reverse tone and a well-preserved fine-condition appearance. You may be holding a coin that many collectors would overlook without realizing its potential. Hidden among old jars, dresser drawers, forgotten coin albums, and pocket change collections, these coins continue to surface decades after they were first released. While millions were struck, certain examples stand out because of their condition, eye appeal, unusual toning, and collector interest, turning an ordinary-looking dime into what feels like a buried treasure waiting to be discovered. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left a lasting mark on American history. Roosevelt was also closely associated with the March of Dimes campaign, making the dime a fitting tribute. Nearly 50 years later, the 1995 Roosevelt dime was produced at the Denver Mint and entered circulation alongside millions of others. Most were spent and forgotten, but a small number survived with unique characteristics that continue to attract collectors. The 1995 Roosevelt dime is composed of a copper core bonded between outer layers of copper nickel. Its composition consists of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The coin weighs approximately 2,268 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. Its thickness measures about 1.35 millimeters. Despite its small size, the dime contains an impressive amount of detail, including Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch design on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. One of the most fascinating features collectors look for is unusual toning. A dark or nearly black reverse surface can develop over time due to environmental exposure, storage conditions, or natural chemical reactions. While not every toned coin is valuable, attractive, and unusual toning patterns often make a coin stand out from ordinary examples. Some collectors specifically seek toned Roosevelt dimes because no two toned coins are exactly alike. Another factor affecting desirability is condition. A fine condition coin typically shows noticeable wear from circulation, yet major design elements remain visible. However, if a coin combines strong details, appealing toning, and a scarce variety or minting characteristic, collector interest can increase significantly. The Denver Mint mark, represented by the letter D, appears on the obverse side near the date and confirms the coin's origin. The rarity of a coin does not always come from low mintage numbers. Sometimes rarity comes from survival. Millions of 1995 Roosevelt dimes were produced, but far fewer remain in collectible condition decades later. Coins that escaped heavy damage, corrosion, cleaning, or excessive wear have become increasingly difficult to locate. Collectors often spend years searching through rolls and collections, hoping to find a standout example. Collector demand plays a major role in determining value. Roosevelt dime enthusiasts, modern coin collectors, and toning specialists all compete for exceptional pieces. When a coin exhibits unusual color, attractive surfaces, strong details, or a recognized error, demand can rise sharply. This competition sometimes leads to surprisingly high auction results for coins that appear ordinary at first glance. Many people accidentally spend valuable coins because they fail to recognize important details. A dime mixed among everyday change rarely attracts attention. Yet experienced collectors understand that the smallest differences can separate a common coin from a highly desirable one. A distinctive appearance, unusual toning, or certified rarity can transform a 10-cent coin into a prized collectible. Stories frequently emerge about valuable coins discovered in unexpected places. Some are found inside inherited collections. Others are discovered in old bank rolls, forgotten piggy banks, or boxes stored in attics for decades. These discoveries fuel the excitement surrounding coin collecting and remind people that hidden treasures can still be found today. When examining a 1995 Roosevelt dime, collectors should carefully inspect the surfaces under good lighting. Look for unusual coloration, strong design details, and any signs of minting errors. Avoid harsh cleaning, because cleaning can permanently reduce collector value. Natural surfaces are generally preferred by experienced collectors and grading services. Professional grading can also be worthwhile for coins believed to be rare or valuable. A certified coin receives authentication and a condition assessment from experts, giving buyers greater confidence. Coins with attractive toning and strong eye appeal often benefit from professional evaluation before being offered for sale. Some reports and collector discussions suggest that exceptional examples with unusual characteristics can command impressive premiums. While ordinary circulated 1995 Roosevelt dimes are generally worth face value, special examples displaying extraordinary appeal, rare errors, or exceptional collector demand may sell for much higher amounts. In rare cases, enthusiasts speculate about values reaching tens of thousands of dollars when multiple desirable traits come together in a single coin. The enduring appeal of the Roosevelt dime lies in its combination of history, artistry, and the possibility of discovery. Every coin carries a story stretching back to the day it left the Denver Mint. Over the years, it may have passed through countless hands, traveled across the country, and survived decades of circulation before finally catching the attention of a collector. For collectors, the thrill is not simply owning a coin, but uncovering one that others overlooked. A dark-toned 1995 Roosevelt dime with strong details and eye-catching character can feel like a hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. The next time you sort through loose change, examine old coin jars, or search inherited collections. Take a closer look at every dime. What appears to be an ordinary 10-cent piece could be a fascinating collectible with a story worth far more than its face value, proving once again that some of the greatest treasures are the ones people accidentally lose and forget. Next coin. The 2005 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark may look like nothing more than an ordinary 10-cent coin, but hidden beneath its small size is a fascinating story that many people never notice. Every year, countless valuable coins are accidentally spent, dropped, forgotten in drawers, or mixed into loose change without anyone realizing what they could be worth. Among these overlooked treasures, certain 2005 Roosevelt dimes have captured the attention of collectors because of their condition, appearance, and rarity factors that make them stand out from millions of ordinary examples. The Roosevelt dime series was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was one of the most influential leaders in American history and played a major role in guiding the nation through difficult economic and wartime challenges. Because of his connection to the March of Dimes campaign, the United States Mint selected the dime denomination to honor his legacy. Decades later, the 2005 Roosevelt dime continued that tradition, carrying the same iconic portrait that has become familiar to generations of Americans. The 2005 Roosevelt dime struck at the Philadelphia Mint is identified by the P Mint mark. The coin is composed of a copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This composition consists of approximately 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The coin weighs 2,268 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. Its thickness measures approximately 1.35 millimeters. Despite being one of the smallest circulating coins in the United States, the Roosevelt dime contains remarkable detail and craftsmanship. On the obverse side appears the portrait of President Roosevelt. The reverse features a torch surrounded by an olive branch and an oak branch. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength. Even after years of circulation, many collectors appreciate the elegant simplicity of this design. When examining a 2005 Roosevelt dime, small details often become the key to determining whether a coin is ordinary or potentially special. Coins described as heavily circulated often show signs of wear, scratches, surface marks, and contact damage from years of use. However, collectors sometimes discover examples that possess unique characteristics despite circulation. Unusual toning, attractive surfaces, dye varieties, minting errors, or exceptional eye appeal can transform an otherwise common coin into a highly desirable collectible. A coin with interesting coloration or uncommon features often receives more attention than a standard example. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the possibility of finding a hidden treasure in everyday change. Millions of people handle dimes without examining them closely. Because of this, unusual examples can remain unnoticed for years. Some coins sit inside jars for decades before someone finally realizes they may have collector value. This possibility keeps collectors searching through rolls, bank boxes, estate collections, and inherited coin albums. The rarity of a coin is not always determined by how many were originally minted. Sometimes rarity comes from how few desirable examples remain available. Although millions of 2005 Roosevelt dimes were produced, only a small percentage possessed the combination of condition, eye appeal, and special characteristics that serious collectors seek. As time passes, damaged coins become more common, while attractive examples become harder to find. Collector demand plays a significant role in determining value. Roosevelt dime enthusiasts are constantly searching for coins with unusual features. Error coin specialists look for striking mistakes, while toning collectors search for naturally colored pieces with distinctive appearances. Registry set collectors compete for the highest quality examples available. This demand creates a strong market for exceptional coins. Many stories circulate among collectors about valuable coins discovered in unexpected places. Some are found in old family collections that have not been opened for years. Others are discovered inside forgotten piggy banks, coin jars, or inherited boxes stored in attics and basements. These discoveries remind people that valuable collectibles can remain hidden in plain sight for decades before being recognized. The market value of a standard, circulated 2005 Roosevelt dime is generally modest. However, when a coin possesses exceptional characteristics, values can rise dramatically. Some collectors are willing to pay substantial premiums for coins displaying rare errors, extraordinary toning, or remarkable preservation. Stories of high-value sales continue to inspire treasure hunters who search through ordinary change, hoping to uncover something special. Proper handling is essential when dealing with collectible coins. Experts recommend holding coins only by the edges to avoid fingerprints and surface contamination. Cleaning should generally be avoided because it can permanently damage the original surfaces and reduce collector value. Natural appearance remains one of the most important qualities sought by experienced numismatists. Collectors should carefully inspect all details using adequate lighting and magnification. Look for unusual die cracks, doubled designs, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, or distinctive coloration. Even a small minting anomaly can significantly increase interest among collectors. Documentation and professional grading may also help establish authenticity and condition for coins believed to be valuable. Part of the excitement surrounding the Roosevelt dime series comes from the possibility that valuable examples remain undiscovered. Every coin has traveled a unique path through history. A dime minted in Philadelphia during 2005 may have passed through countless hands, cash registers, banks, and collections before ending up in a place where someone finally recognizes its significance. For many collectors, the real thrill lies in the hunt itself. The dream of finding a rare coin among ordinary pocket change continues to attract new enthusiasts every year. A single overlooked dime can transform an ordinary day into an unforgettable discovery. That sense of possibility is what makes coin collecting one of the most fascinating hobbies in the world. The 2005 P. Roosevelt dime serves as a reminder that treasures are not always large, shiny, or obvious. Sometimes they are small coins hiding among everyday change, waiting for someone with a careful eye to notice them. Whether found in an old jar, inherited collection, or handful of pocket change, a remarkable Roosevelt dime can feel like a hidden treasure lost by someone else and discovered by pure luck. The next time you encounter a dime, take a closer look. You never know when a seemingly ordinary coin could reveal an extraordinary story and become the most exciting find in your collection. Next coin, the 1997 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark, may appear to be just another small coin hiding among ordinary pocket change, but for dedicated collectors, it represents something much more exciting. Every year, countless coins are accidentally spent, dropped, forgotten in old jars, or left untouched in drawers for decades. Most people never stop to examine a dime closely, yet some coins possess characteristics that make them stand out from the millions produced for circulation. A 1997 P. Roosevelt dime, in very fine condition with circulated surfaces, can become the kind of discovery that turns an ordinary day into an unforgettable treasure hunt. The story of the Roosevelt dime begins in 1946, when the United States Mint introduced a new design honoring President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt had become one of the most respected figures in American history because of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. He was also closely associated with the March of Dimes organization, which raised funds to combat polio. In recognition of his contributions, the dime became the denomination chosen to carry his image. More than 50 years later, the 1997 Roosevelt dime continued this tradition, preserving a design that had already become one of the most familiar sights in American coinage. The 1997 Roosevelt dime struck at the Philadelphia Mint is identified by the P Mint mark. Although it was produced for everyday commerce, its technical specifications reflect the precision of modern coin production. The coin is composed of a pure copper core covered by outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This composition consists of approximately 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The dime weighs about 2,268 grams, measures 17.91 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of approximately 1.35 millimeters. Despite its small size, it contains remarkable artistic detail and historical significance. The obverse side features the left-facing portrait of President Roosevelt, along with the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 1997. The reverse displays a central torch symbolizing liberty, accompanied by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength. This elegant design has remained largely unchanged for decades and continues to attract collectors who appreciate its symbolism and historical connection. A very fine condition coin typically shows moderate circulation wear while still retaining significant detail. Hair details, lettering, and design elements remain visible, although some flattening occurs on the highest points. Surface marks, scratches, and signs of circulation may be present, but the coin still displays much of its original character. Many collectors enjoy circulated coins because they provide a tangible connection to history and everyday life. One of the most fascinating aspects of collecting Roosevelt dimes is searching for unusual characteristics. While millions of 1,997p dimes entered circulation, only a small number display traits that separate them from ordinary examples. Collectors carefully inspect coins for striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, dramatic toning, and other anomalies. Sometimes, a tiny minting imperfection can transform an otherwise common coin into a highly desirable collectible. The concept of rarity often surprises new collectors. A coin does not necessarily become rare because few were minted. Instead, rarity frequently develops because very few attractive examples survive over time. Coins are constantly lost, damaged, cleaned, corroded, or worn down through circulation. As years pass, finding examples that retain appealing surfaces and strong details becomes increasingly difficult. This gradual reduction in quality examples creates demand among collectors. Collector interest in Roosevelt dimes remains strong because the series is accessible, historical, and filled with opportunities for discovery. Some collectors focus on completing date and mint collections. Others search exclusively for mint errors or beautifully toned examples. Registry set competitors seek the finest known specimens, while treasure hunters search through circulation, hoping to uncover overlooked rarities. These different collecting goals contribute to steady demand throughout the market. The excitement surrounding hidden treasures is one of the reasons coin collecting continues to grow. Stories regularly emerge about valuable coins discovered in unexpected places. A forgotten coin album inherited from a relative, a jar of loose change sitting on a shelf for years, or a roll of coins purchased from a bank can sometimes contain surprising finds. These discoveries inspire collectors to keep searching and remind people that valuable coins are not always locked away in museums or private vaults. Market value depends on multiple factors, including condition, rarity, eye appeal, and collector demand. A typical circulated 1,997p Roosevelt dime is generally worth only face value. However, coins with extraordinary characteristics may attract significant premiums from collectors. Exceptional examples displaying rare mint errors, unusual toning, or remarkable preservation often command far greater interest than standard circulated pieces. This possibility fuels the dream that a seemingly ordinary dime could become a valuable collectible. Proper care is essential for preserving collectible coins. Experts strongly discourage cleaning because even gentle cleaning can damage original surfaces and reduce value. Coins should be handled carefully by their edges and stored in protective holders whenever possible. Collectors examining coins should use proper lighting and magnification to identify important details without causing accidental damage. When evaluating a 1997p Roosevelt dime, collectors often search for unique features that set it apart. Natural toning, sharp details, striking anomalies, and attractive surfaces can all contribute to desirability. Professional grading services may also authenticate and evaluate coins believed to possess significant collector value, providing additional confidence for buyers and sellers alike. Every Roosevelt dime has traveled a unique path through history. A coin struck in Philadelphia during 1997 may have passed through thousands of transactions before ending up in a collection, coin jar, or forgotten drawer. Along the way, it became part of everyday life, quietly circulating while carrying its historical story from one generation to the next. The enduring appeal of the 1997p Roosevelt dime lies in the possibility of discovery. It serves as a reminder that treasures are often hidden in places people rarely think to look. A small coin worth only 10 cents in commerce can become a prized collectible when rarity, condition, and collector demand come together. For treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts, every dime represents a chance to uncover something special. The next time you sort through loose change, examine old coin rolls, or search through an inherited collection, pay close attention to every Roosevelt dime you find. Among those ordinary-looking coins could be a remarkable survivor waiting to be recognized. Hidden treasures are still out there, and sometimes the most valuable discoveries come in the smallest packages. A 1997p Roosevelt dime may be one of those forgotten treasures that countless people accidentally lose without ever realizing its potential. Next coin. The 2003 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark may seem like an ordinary coin that countless people carry in their pockets every day, yet hidden behind its small size is a story that fascinates collectors around the world. Every year, millions of coins are lost, forgotten, or accidentally spent without a second glance. Some end up in jars, old drawers, piggy banks, and inherited collections where they remain unnoticed for years. Among these forgotten coins, certain Roosevelt dimes attract special attention because of their condition, unique appearance, and collector demand. A 2003 Roosevelt dime in very fine condition with circulated surfaces can feel like a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered by someone who knows where to look. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946 following the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was one of the most influential leaders in American history, guiding the United States through the Great Depression and World War II. His connection to the March of Dimes campaign made the dime the perfect denomination to honor his legacy. Since its introduction, the Roosevelt dime has remained one of the longest-running coin designs in American circulation. By 2003, the coin had already become a familiar part of everyday life, passing through countless hands while quietly preserving a piece of American history. The 2003 Roosevelt dime was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark located near the date. Like other modern Roosevelt dimes, it features a copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. The coin contains approximately 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. It weighs about 2,268 grams, measures 17.91 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of approximately 1.35 millimeters. Although small, these precise specifications ensure consistency across millions of coins produced each year. The obverse side displays the portrait of President Roosevelt facing left. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 2003. The reverse side features a central torch representing liberty, alongside an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength. This classic design has remained largely unchanged for decades and continues to be appreciated by collectors for its elegance and symbolism. A very fine condition coin generally shows moderate wear from circulation while still retaining strong details. The highest points of the design may display noticeable wear, but important features remain visible and attractive. Surface marks, scratches, and signs of handling often tell the story of a coin's journey through commerce. For many collectors, these traces of history add character and interest to a coin rather than detracting from it. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the search for hidden treasures. Every Roosevelt dime has the potential to surprise collectors with unusual features. Some coins display striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, missing clad layers, or attractive natural toning. These characteristics can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Because millions of people overlook small details, valuable discoveries continue to emerge from circulation even today. The concept of rarity is often misunderstood. A coin does not necessarily become valuable because few were minted. In many cases, rarity develops because relatively few desirable examples survive. Coins experience decades of wear, environmental exposure, mishandling, and accidental damage. As time passes, examples with strong details and attractive surfaces become increasingly difficult to find. Collectors compete for these surviving pieces, creating demand within the marketplace. The 2003 Roosevelt dime holds particular appeal for collectors who specialize in modern coinage. Some enthusiasts build complete Roosevelt dime collections covering every date and mint mark. Others focus on error coins, searching for unusual varieties that escaped the mint's quality control process. Still others seek coins with beautiful toning patterns, dramatic coloration, or exceptional eye appeal. Each collecting specialty contributes to continued interest in the series. Stories of unexpected discoveries help fuel the excitement surrounding Roosevelt dimes. Valuable coins have been found in old family collections, inherited albums, forgotten bankrolls, and jars of loose change. In some cases, collectors purchased ordinary-looking coin lots only to discover rare varieties hidden among common pieces. These stories remind enthusiasts that remarkable finds can still occur in the most ordinary places. Market value depends on several important factors, including rarity, condition, eye appeal, and collector demand. Most circulated Roosevelt dimes remain worth face value, but exceptional examples can attract substantial premiums. Coins displaying rare errors, unusual characteristics, or extraordinary preservation often command much stronger interest among collectors. The possibility that a seemingly ordinary dime could possess hidden value continues to inspire treasure hunters across the country. When evaluating the 2003 Roosevelt dime, collectors examine every detail carefully. Magnification and proper lighting can reveal features invisible to the naked eye. Die cracks, doubled lettering, striking irregularities, and unusual surface textures may indicate a coin worthy of further investigation. Natural toning can also enhance collector appeal, especially when colors develop evenly and attractively across the surface. Proper coin care is essential for preserving value. Experienced collectors avoid cleaning coins because cleaning often damages original surfaces and reduces desirability. Even well-intentioned polishing can leave permanent marks. Coins should be handled by the edges whenever possible and stored in protective holders that minimize exposure to environmental contaminants. Professional grading services play an important role in the coin market. A professionally authenticated coin receives an expert assessment of its condition and authenticity. This certification provides confidence to buyers and sellers while helping establish fair market value. Collectors often submit potentially valuable coins for grading before offering them for sale. Every 2003 Roosevelt dime carries a unique history. Since leaving the Denver Mint, each coin has traveled its own path through stores, banks, vending machines, and personal collections. Some have remained hidden for years before resurfacing in unexpected places. Others continue circulating unnoticed, waiting for someone to recognize their significance. The enduring appeal of the Roosevelt dime lies in its combination of history, artistry, and the possibility of discovery. Even today, countless examples remain hidden in ordinary places where people rarely think to search. A small 10-cent coin can hold tremendous fascination when viewed through the eyes of a collector. The next time you sort through loose change or open an old coin jar, take a closer look at every dime you find. A forgotten 2003 Roosevelt dime could be one of those hidden treasures that people accidentally lose every day, waiting patiently to be discovered by someone who understands its story and potential value. Next coin, the 2016 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark in very fine circulated condition may seem insignificant at first glance, but for those who understand coin collecting, it represents the possibility of discovering a hidden treasure that countless people unknowingly pass by every day. The Roosevelt dime has a rich history that dates back to 1946. The coin was introduced shortly after the passing of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of the most influential figures in American history. Roosevelt led the United States through the hardships of the Great Depression and the challenges of World War II. He was also closely associated with the March of Dimes organization, which raised funds to fight polio. Because of his connection to the organization, the United States Mint chose the dime to honor his legacy. Decades later, the Roosevelt dime remains one of the most recognized coins in circulation. The 2016 Roosevelt dime was produced at the Denver Mint and entered circulation alongside millions of other coins intended for everyday use. While most examples were spent immediately and treated as ordinary money, some survived in better condition than others. These surviving coins have become the focus of collectors who search for examples with unusual characteristics, strong details, and attractive surfaces. The technical specifications of the 2016 Roosevelt dime reflect the precision of modern minting technology. The coin is composed of a pure copper core bonded between outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. This composition contains approximately 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The dime weighs 2,268 grams, measures 17.91 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of approximately 1.35 millimeters. Although small in size, it is designed to withstand years of circulation while maintaining its appearance. The obverse side features the portrait of President Roosevelt facing left. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 2016. The D Mint mark identifies the Denver Mint as the production facility. On the reverse side, a torch stands proudly in the center, representing liberty. An olive branch symbolizes peace, while an oak branch symbolizes strength and independence. Together, These elements create one of the most enduring designs in American coinage. A very fine condition coin generally displays moderate wear from circulation. The highest points of the design show evidence of use, but major details remain clearly visible. Surface scratches, contact marks, and handling wear are common on circulated examples. These characteristics tell the story of the coin's journey through countless transactions over the years. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the possibility that an ordinary coin may possess extraordinary characteristics. Collectors carefully inspect Roosevelt dimes for minting errors, die varieties, unusual toning, and striking anomalies. A coin that appears ordinary to the average person may reveal fascinating details under magnification. Small differences can transform a common coin into a highly desirable collectible. Rarity is often misunderstood by beginning collectors. A coin does not need a low mintage to become valuable. Sometimes rarity develops because only a small number of desirable examples survive. Coins are constantly exposed to wear, environmental damage, cleaning attempts, and accidental loss. As years pass, attractive examples become increasingly difficult to locate. This scarcity creates competition among collectors, seeking the best available pieces. Collector demand remains strong for Roosevelt dimes because the series offers opportunities for both beginners and advanced specialists. Some collectors focus on assembling complete date and mint collections. Others search for dramatic mint errors or unusual varieties. Toning collectors seek coins with naturally developed colors, while registry set participants pursue the finest examples available. These different collecting goals help sustain interest in the series year after year. The dream of finding hidden treasure continues to inspire collectors around the world. Stories regularly emerge about valuable coins discovered in ordinary places. A forgotten coin jar stored in a closet for years may contain an overlooked rarity. An inherited collection tucked away in an attic may reveal unexpected treasures. Even coins received as change during everyday purchases can occasionally turn out to be remarkable discoveries. Many valuable coins are accidentally lost because people fail to recognize what they have. Dimes are among the easiest coins to overlook because of their small size. They often disappear between couch cushions, fall into parking lots, or remain forgotten in containers filled with loose change. Some of the most exciting discoveries begin when someone decides to examine old coins that have been ignored for years. When evaluating a 2016 D Roosevelt dime, collectors pay close attention to strike quality, surface preservation, and unusual features. Magnification can reveal doubled lettering, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other mint-produced anomalies. Coins with distinctive characteristics frequently attract more attention than ordinary examples. Proper handling is essential when dealing with collectible coins. Experienced collectors avoid cleaning because cleaning can permanently alter the original surfaces and reduce desirability. Coins should be handled carefully by their edges and stored in protective holders whenever possible. Preserving a coin's natural appearance is often one of the most important factors in maintaining collector interest. Professional grading services provide authentication and condition assessments for coins believed to possess significant value. A certified coin receives an expert evaluation that helps establish authenticity and marketability. Many collectors submit potentially valuable discoveries for grading before offering them for sale. Every 2016 D Roosevelt dime carries its own unique history. Since leaving the Denver Mint, each coin has traveled through stores, banks, cash registers, and countless pockets. Some remain in circulation today, while others have found homes in collections. Each coin represents a small piece of American history preserved through everyday commerce. The appeal of the 2016 Roosevelt dime extends far beyond its face value. It represents the excitement of discovery, the fascination of history, and the possibility that hidden treasures still exist in ordinary places. The next time you sort through loose change, search an old coin collection, or open a forgotten jar of coins, take a closer look at every dime. One of those small coins could be a hidden treasure that countless people overlooked, proving that extraordinary discoveries are often hiding in the most ordinary places.